Hello and welcome. My name is Sheep Thief, and look at this, 1100. We got there. Next step 1200. Next step 1200. That's how it goes. And I feel like I'm definitely getting better. I'm getting back into the flow of just RTSs in general. It's been sort of a while since I'd gamed properly. So anyway, I'm coming here to celebrate this 1100 with a replay. Not super long, but I thought I played well. It's me versus Poseidon, Cartel 631. He goes straight for Granary. He does not use the lure right away. Goes on these deer. I gather my pigs, go on my deer, start with the normal dwarf gather opening. And I'm going for pigs, so we're actually going to kind of look around and see where the pigs are here. So it looks like they're on the sides and some in the middle. Yeah, they're kind of pretty evenly scattered, I'd say. Let's look at these pigs. How much can they get? They can get up to 300 food. But anyway, yeah, there's some. I see this relic right here. We've got the human soldiers doing more damage to buildings. I'm trying to remember the names now. Feather of Bifang. Is there like lore on that? No, it doesn't explain that. We'll have to Google that or something. Has a Nordic ring about it, is what I want to say. So we get into a bit of a tussle over pigs here. Actually, right here, I think what I'm doing is I get these pigs, and I'm looking for someone to get the spy off on. I route these pigs kind of off to the side and back there. And then come over here. I don't see his villagers on the lure, so I sort of assumed that he'd switched everything off of food for some reason, but that was wrong. He did. I didn't see this granary, but I did put it on the gold. Over here we got. He gets some pigs coming that way, and I think I see right here from these pigs. I see, because his pigs crossed my pigs. I see that happen. And then come over here to try to intercept it, and he has the same idea, so he sees that one, he catches that one, and I get these two, start riding him back, and he does not like that. He starts trying to cut him off, which he does. I come back over here, kind of lure him, and come back, and I'm wondering if he's going to attack me, which he does. Get the pigs back, start moving him. And then the issue here is that this is totally in his favor because I need this Ulfsark to make my house and temple. So it's kind of a non-ideal situation. I think what I should have done is lured him away from these pigs. See what happens. There's some pigs here, and okay, he just gets all of them. But at this point, I am needing to get my house up, and it's already very late. I haven't even started the temple, so I abandoned the pigs. I think I could have definitely played that better if I'd lured him away from those pigs instead of sort of along the path they were going on. He gets so many pigs. Look at all these pigs. We get a... Do we have some coming in here? I'm not really sure. My opponent is not clicking up. He's not making villagers. I thought I was... Am I crazy? Okay, yeah, he wasn't making vills for a long time there. So that actually gives us a good time to catch up, and this is a late click up for Poseidon, so I'm pretty sure Poseidon's supposed to go up pretty early. He's ahead of Vil, but we actually even it out at the end there. And just barely, you know, quarter of the way behind him. We get our Ulfsarks coming out. He gets Theseus coming out right away. I've been wanting to take a look at these Greek heroes. They're strong units. Not a lot of melee attack there. I will say that. Not a lot of melee attack. But some decent armor. Okay speed. He does go for the relic. He gets this one. It's a strong one. I couldn't find anything else. We could take a look at the exploration here. So he focused on his side of the map. Meanwhile, I have a good understanding where he is, but not a great understanding of my own side of the map. So kind of two different philosophies there. He does get up with Hermes and immediately sends his centaur out. Look at all his piggies. I'm so jealous. How many does he have? 13 versus my 8. So the centaur wraps around this way, and as soon as I saw I was up against Poseidon, I knew I was going to need to wall to prevent cavalry raids. I cut this wall off right here. You can walk across, and I think wall across these oases right here. I start over here trying to get a wall up. This is a nice hunt right here. A nice hunt to have. I also have hunt here. I get up and go for barracks. I go for double barracks right away. Keeping this open here so that I can have a a gate for if I want to go for this food here with the hunt and the bushes. Over here the centaur gets through and kills my Ulfsark, making this wall. Making it so he can get back into my wood line here and starts doing a lot of damage to this villager. I micro it out, dodge that arrow, take that arrow, come over here. He gets his special off right as my heroes arrive, so that villager's a little worse for wear, and we go after him. The main thing that it's doing is causing a bunch of idle time for me here, but I do correct it after, I don't know, 10 or so seconds. Chase the centaur for a bit. One thing that I absolutely needed was to get the speed upgrade for the Hersers, which I did not, just spoiler alert, I did not get that for a while. He starts pumping out Hippeus and then gets the upgrade for them quite early. If I were him, I would want more Hippeus out before doing that, but maybe he knows something I don't. We are able to finish up this wall and get a gate in here which secures our wood line back here, our gold, and at this point this area is secure. We have this back gold mine, which is nice. If this had been forward, that would have been a problem. Over here he's getting more relics, but we're getting a solid Herser blob. Our walls are slowly coming up. Over here I see the Hippeus and I go for the snare, and my Hersers just fail to get their attack off right there, just barely. Pulling out throwing axeman in case he goes for the swordsman, the Greek swordsman. We take this fight. I will take this even though it's not like ideal, but it's just because of the healing spring. Like, I'll take health trades. I get another snare off there. I was pretty happy with that that micro right there, but it didn't really pan out into anything. He does not choose to go for the Vils, but at this point we are having to move out onto there, so he sees where it is, and I'm now kind of wondering about where I should be putting my healing spring. The centaur gets in here, and we move it, and he goes for it. He doesn't get that good of a special off. We get our throwing axeman over there, but now the centaur's stuck, but he could still kill a number of Vils back here, which would be unfortunate for us. The Hersers are chasing in a not particularly intelligent way. He gets a fat special off, fires. Will he get it? No, he pulls off right at the last minute, and the centaur goes down. I think he probably didn't see that this was completed and was trying to click over there, and it started spazzing out. He is getting some idle time out of me. Over here the Hippeus are moving in. Troll gets a nice special off there. It's a solid chunk of health, and we walk right past each other. I react a little late, and now this is the big attack on top of my eco in the back here, and I am forced to garrison everything. He goes for the kill on this. I haven't been paying attention to what upgrades he's gotten, but yeah, that's a lot of pierce armor, so he's definitely feeling comfortable just staying under this town center fire, and now I'm having to defend my villagers from this Hippeus raid, but he's definitely killing at least 1, 2, maybe 3, 4. He got a dwarf there. but we kill a lot of his units, and yeah, I couldn't quite keep track of what the like number of villagers killed there was, but he does have a, let's see, like an 8 villager lead on me now. So not insignificant. I dropped the healing fountain to heal up these Hersers, because at this point the only advantage that I have is that I basically haven't lost units. So he's got a 30% lead on me on Vills, which is really bad. But he is not he's not ahead on military. He keeps going for more of these centaurs and Hippeus, and there's really no reason for him not to, because I haven't added in any anti-cav yet. But he also pops off the Dionysus heroic age. So at this point, I also saw he got some eco upgrades. Right here I finally get Hall of the Thanes, which is what increases the speed of the Hersers, which would have been huge, actually like really huge, because I think I could have caught out those Hersers, or those Hippeus earlier, if that had been the case. And sensing the loss he'd just taken, I do decide to go forward with the Hersers, kind of probing out. I don't think I have any upgrades yet. Yeah. We get a centaur. Over here the Hippeus is doing a lot of damage, but we pull the Thorian Axon onto him and he goes on them. We do have a lot of myth units here. Or we have two ranged myth units which are going to do good damage. Like the Thorian Axon should not do well, but with the myth unit support it's good, and then the Hersers are able to kill another. They're able to kill another centaur back there, and he uses ceasefire to put a stop to any siege. I think he might have just felt pressure on his wood. I thought that ceasefire was a little questionable. I don't think I was in any, he was in any danger of losing his production right here. But maybe just to get his army back up. But honestly, it gives me a good chance to pull back into the healing fountain and just save so much money. If these were all like on the verge of death, they'd have to be replaced very soon, and this is saving me thousands of resources. This healing spring, I think it's a really good power, as long as you can hold on to it. Ceasefire ends, and he is pumping out a decent amount of troops again. He's got the medium Hippeus, he's got the upgraded centaurs, he's got a Hydra. He is missing a few heroes, which I think would be kind of good to kind of just tank. They've got a lot of health, look at that. So, well, I guess the Hydra has way more health. Centaur has way more. Maybe it's not that much health. Brings out these Podromos, which I can't remember what they do. Good against cavalry, but weak against other types of units. I'm not sure why he pulled that out. Over here I'm sick of getting housed. I just build all my houses, and I do click up. While he was aging up, we did close that gap on villagers just a little bit, but we're about to have it reopen as we go for our age 3. Getting some anti-cav mixed in. And we did get a Einherry spawn. As far as like my resource usage, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Like I'm using a lot of my resources and I haven't lost a lot of them. I see this Podromos, which makes me kind of do a double take because I'm not used to it. And then I get in there and he, I'd say preemptively, does the bronze armor thing. Try to fake him out a bit with the heroes, but he's barreling in. Oh, I could have definitely stayed in there a little longer. We get up to age 3, and I'm just sort of shocked at how long this bronze ability is lasting. Just kind of trying to stall. I don't want him to get control of this, but we can't really take that fight. But right as it's ending, he does end up on top of, kind of sandwich in between a bunch of anti-cav and the Hersers, which are tanking. We somehow manage to maintain control of the healing spring, and we go in right as we go up to age 3, and somehow it turns into a good fight for us. I was a little surprised at how well that went. And right here he surrenders. So I don't really know. This match was short but sweet. It's mainly I was just pleased with how I defended against being raided by a Poseidon player. So, and it was the game that got me up to 1100. So that's reason enough to celebrate. I think things I would do differently is definitely get that Herser upgrade earlier. I think that should have been a top priority for catching out Hersers, or catching out Hippeus with my Hersers. And then I think if he'd lured me into a fight with that bronze, if he hadn't preemptively done the bronze thing, if he'd let the fight start, then done it, it would have been really bad for me, because like basically I was able to pull out without an initial engagement, and my units were still in formation, and I was able to start kind of just inching back to the healing spring a little sooner. So I think that was a mistake on his part, that was his chance to turn it around. But yeah, I was pleased with how I spent my resources, and I think at this point it was an appropriate time for him to surrender, because I think I could have pushed, and then with the Walking Woods taking care of the buildings. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys when I'm 1200. Adios.